CMPRadio.net, man. You already know it's the station, man. We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, man. KC Electric, New Foundation Property Solutions, Northern Marketing and Design. I'm sorry. The Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Pennsylvania. The Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Pennsylvania. And we're live outside today, man. It's a little cold out here. Please forgive my stuttering and speech. But this is Revolutionary Mindz, the podcast, man. And of course, I have my wonderful guest, Mr. Marvin. How you doing, good brother?
The good brother Marv. Good morning, Revolutionary Mindz and Evolutionary Mindz. Saturday morning at cmpradio.net. Like John P. said earlier, we dropping in front of the Boys and Girls Club. Yes, it is. Cheers out here, P.
It is.
Definitely cheers.
It's cheers.
But we out here, and obviously we got a mission to do. We're going to continue to rock on our mission.
Right.
We took a break from last week.
Yes, we did.
Had a little bye week like the NFL.
Yeah.
Dig me?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, having a little bye week, just to get to recalibrate the mind and focus on what would be the next talking point coming into the new week.
Come on, man.
And we walk right into a good talking point that we know you, the community, not just in this beloved city of Chester, but everywhere. This is the ebb and flow of what's going on in all the communities, and that is policing. And I'm not speaking of that in a negative connotation or matter. I'm speaking just policing, period, and how that, with the community, there is a wedge. There's a big wedge. P,
yo,
I know for a fact that off of this talking point, you were inspired to kind of go in this direction, in a sense, right?
Yeah, so, you know.
And what was the motivating factor that made you feel like, okay, right now is the time to kind of start speaking up, enlightening minds?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Not on some whole, we protest or anything like that, but just enlightening people. What sparked you to say, you know what, I done seen enough, and maybe I got to put the word out there and get that message out again?
I mean, okay, so anybody that knows me know, when I was running the street, I had a job. My job was to stay away from the police, right?
Okay.
Because their job was to catch me. Right?
Obviously.
Never had anything bad to say about the police because they have a job to do. Now, there are different police, right? You have the police officer that loves the community.
Yes.
Right? Doesn't have a problem going to talk to grandmom about grandson and is out there looking for nephew.
They walking the beat.
They're walking the beat, they're community policing.
Okay.
Then you have police officers who are kind of obtuse to the community.
Okay.
Because that's not the one that's mean, though. The one that's obtuse is willing to go either way.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
There's some gray areas.
Right. And then you have the dickheads.
Okay.
Then you have the police officers that want you to respect them and they're not giving respect.
Right.
You feel me? Then you have the police officers that don't understand training, right? And don't want to come into our community to help it. They want to come into the community to rile up everybody and get everybody mad.
And give them a reason to act on being aggressive and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So with all that being said, because you definitely kind of went down a litany on your list of things that I like to call them trigger points.
Right.
Out of all those things you just said, from the good cop to the middle cop in the middle, right? Gray area, all the way down to disgraceful, disrespectful cop.
Right.
The one thing that they all have in common is the word policing, because they're all police.
Right.
And what we're here today, Revolutionary Mindz, is to discuss that aspect. First of all, what is the term police? How do we view that term within our community? Policing and the police. And I'm gonna say this before we jump in a way where it don't strum up all the negatives and rile up all the negative responses and reactions, because guess what? Every time this topic come up, this is how this has always been presented, and once we start getting into the forum of talking on it, now all the frustrations from past incidents or experiences, it all come rushing back.
Absolutely.
So the thing is now, is to try to enlighten in the best way and bring light and shed light on the situation, and also point out some of the things that obviously has been wrong.
Right.
Also share some information to the community about some of the rights that's going on, understanding, once again, theoretically. Let's start there. When you think of the term police, Revolutionary Mindz, John P., and myself included, please define that. Police.
Oh, you want me to define it?
I want you to define it, and I'm going to define it, and then we're going to go to the next piece. So, because we got to understand all the levels. So,
I'm gonna define it the way it was meant to be defined for everyone. Protect and serve.
say that again.
Protect and serve.
To serve and protect, to protect and serve.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Here we go. Black and white, right?
Very black
When we
and white.
protect, what are we doing? We're protecting.
Right. We're protecting.
When we're serving
We're helping.
or helping.
Right.
There's one piece that's not in there that's kind of always thrown in when it comes to police.
What?
Which is we protect, they serve.
Right.
But they always get highlighted for it, doing the total exact opposite.
I mean, they get highlighted for doing the total exact opposite because they're in a community that doesn't embrace them.
And
right. So if we say in our community, F the police, right? If you're constantly saying F the police, F12, I'm not worried about the police.
A negative connotation.
You're giving them a negative connotation,
Right.
and you're taking it within yourself and your community to abhor, right? Or to disdain the police officers.
Right. They
right?
got a stigma. They got a stench on them.
Absolutely. And I get it. I get
Right.
it. Some people have been through, and if we go back, right, we have been brutalized by people that wear police officers, not just police. I'm talking about the FBI. I'm talking about the CIA. I'm talking about
somebody that regulates the law.
The law, right?
There you go.
We have been put at the bottom of their shoes, right?
Okay.
From Fred Hampton sleeping in his bed, being gunned down.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? To arresting our leaders just for marching or walking or talking, right? From segregation to everything that we've dealt with as black people from the police officers, right?
Talk to me.
You would want someone to understand that we're not gonna like you. You feel me?
And that's part of the job. That's like, here you go. Be an educator. Every student love their teacher.
Right.
No.
No.
In their mind, as a matter of fact, even the kids that kind of suck up to the teacher, that give them apples, when they're not getting their way in their mind, that teacher is everything underneath the sun.
My dad, I did not like my dad, bro. My dad was strict. My dad didn't play no games. I wasn't allowed outside. I couldn't have friends. It was in the house for me. I did not like my father.
But you had to respect his role within.
Later in life, I understood that. And most men do that now. Like, you don't like your dad not around, you feel me? He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. When you get older and you understand, like, oh, shit.
So how come that changes when it comes to, as we're kind of defining this term, police?
Because you grow up.
And this stigma that comes with it. Like you say, you grow up, you become wiser.
Your
eyes become way more, you're not tolerable with things anymore. Your tolerance level has, from your past experience, has strummed up a level of frustration to the point that there is no level of trust. So let's just jump backwards in a sec.
Okay,
Here.
go ahead.
You define police and serve and protect.
Right.
My definition is the same thing. When I think of police, I'll make it even simpler. They're here to help, to provide support, to make their presence known that when I wake up or sleep at night, we're safe. Now, does that guarantee that we're all the way 100% safe?
No.
But in the sense that, like you said, when
To a
you're
point.
doing your job, if you do your job, we have to respect the parameters within that job.
If you're doing your job correctly.
So, the next step, we just kind of got the idea that we're on the same page here. Police are here to help us, the community. No matter inner city, metropolitan area, third world country, where the case may be.
Yes, they're supposed to be here to protect us.
Provide support.
Right.
So now the next piece. Can we define policing?
Policing, the way it should be defined is being a part of a community.
In which ways?
And protecting that community from other people from outside of the community coming into the community to disdain that community or to make that community feel terrorized.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I get that.
If the police are working with the criminal, you feel me? Like, we don't win. We can't win. Right.
Gotta be some compromise.
So it has to be some compromise there.
And within that construct, right? And I'm only saying this because obviously butt heads since the inception of policing and policing in communities.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, in the inner city urban community, to be even more specific, in the minority community.
Right.
Because we got to peel back this onion all the way to its finest layer where it is what it is. The elephant's in the room, right? So if we have this level of distrust because of decades of just being done wrong, is it easy to buy in and put trust in that entity?
No.
When
Simple.
situations
No.
arise,
No.
escalate,
No.
and this is where we have this problem. Where do we kind of start working on, and I like to say, cutting down that wedge because that chasm is deep right now. It's wide.
It's been deep.
It's wide, and I'm gonna say it's so deep that it's not even adults having these conversations. It's little adolescents that pretty much their respect for the police is null and void.
But that comes that okay. So
go ahead. So we gotta go ahead. Walk with me.
I don't have a problem. It's like when you say fuck the police, we're talking about the police officers that beat you down.
And that's a term.
I don't have a problem with saying fuck the police.
It's
right?
for those who, here you go. If it don't apply, let it fly.
But on the other side, I don't have a problem with saying fuck the police, right? If the police are doing the wrong thing in our community. Now, that's just for the ones that are doing wrong. I know cops. I know police officers, both in Chester, in Philly, in Morton, in Springfield, you feel me, that are good police officers, meaning they serve and protect. They help their community. Instead of locking people up, they're gonna go and talk. I had a phone call the other day, and I was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yo, it's crazy. I was on a domestic relations call. I got a domestic relations call, and this cop is a cop in Philly, and he was like, I went to the house and I knew the man. You feel me? We went to high school together. You feel me? I'm looking at his face. He's scratched up. Now he ain't never been super aggressive. You feel me? Or been a bad person. You feel me? And go ahead. He ain't never been a bad person. He was like, damn, man, what happened? And so he was asking the question, you know, asking the wife what happened. And she was like, oh, he came in here and he was just real aggressive and he got mad and he got upset and he started talking about what I didn't do and all this other stuff. So he said, all right, how can I I want him locked up. He was like, well, you know, if he works and pays the bills and he's locked up, how's he going to bail out? Who's going to bail him out? His family can do it. And he was like, all right. So he took him outside. He's like, bro, what you want to do? He's like, bro, I'm going to go to my aunt's house, bro. I don't have time for this, man. He's like, all right, I'm going to let him go. Now, what happened was the wife then called and said, was looking for her husband. You feel me? Because I guess he made it seem like he locked him up, but he didn't really lock him up. So, you know, that's what happens when you take things too far. But like I said, you know, shit happens. What is supposed to happen in our community when we don't understand what we should give and what we should do? You feel me? When we're holding people accountable, but we won't hold ourselves accountable. We won't hold our community accountable. You feel me? And when we continue to do that, man, when we continue to not speak with love, not speak with understanding, you feel me, we get lost, right? And some people call me Martin Luther King. They said, oh, man, you more like Martin, I'm more like Malcolm. But they were the same person, bro. They both wanted the same exact thing, right? They understood that there's not one way to get something done. So I don't take it. I'm not upset that you call me Martin. I'm cool with that. But we need to understand, like, what we need for our community. We need to stop appreciating the people that are doing bad to our community. I was one of those people, right? And if you stop appreciating me, you feel me, for doing bad and stop giving me credit and saying I'm doing this and I'm doing that, then I have no other choice but to change. Like, changing takes accountability. Changing takes responsibility. Changing takes understanding. And if you're not giving somebody understanding, they're not giving them accountability, then they will never change. They'll remain the same. And if they remain the same, then we know what we get, right? So I don't want anyone to feel like I'm trying to give the police an opportunity not to be held accountable, because I'm all about accountability, right? I'm all about accountability. I'm not going to make it seem as though I'm good with saying that the police officers need, the people need to respect the police officers. I think there's something that should be given from the community to the police and from the police to the community. Like, you have to give to receive, bro.
Right.
So you have to give respect to get respect. Everybody say respect is earned, right? But you got to give it. That's the earned part.
And I'm going to say this, P, as you say, respect is earned. Somebody, one side's going to have to toe that line. Is it going to be the community, or is it up to the uniforms to kind of be the ones that say, you know what, here go the olive branch. We're tired. We are tired. Now, I get it. Would it be hard for a whole community that has a distrust in an entity to all of a sudden say, I'm putting all my trust in you to look out for our best interest as a city, as a community, where time and time again, unfortunately, several incidents, has been proven wrong.
The community already knows what the police is here for and what they can do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's it's no lies there. You feel me? Like,
Right.
will you get a dickhead sometimes? Absolutely.
Yes,
You
you won't
feel
get
me?
that.
So if we don't have a community that understands that, then we'll have a community that's lost.
So we need to start talking about some of the steps that would start to close that gap.
Man,
I
let's
mean,
go.
pretty much I did some research,
I know you
Revolutionary
did.
Minds,
You
in
always
regards to some of the things that talks about the subject of good policing. And I came across a couple of facts here when we're talking about that. So a good police officer or good policing will have civility, okay, curiosity, obviously credibility, because you gotta carry some level of weight, some semblance of weight, and confidence, because when you're in the community, if you're not walking with that confidence that you are a part of that community, or here we go, better yet, there's a disconnect because you're not from the community. You don't understand the nuances of that community,
Right.
and certain things that go on that the community understand and how to handle things, because you're not born and raised, so you're not cut from that fabric. When you're policing how you would do that in your own community.
Right.
But it's a whole different segment of people. And I'm not just talking about color. It's just the way, certain areas are way more laid back when they're dealing with situations that could escalate.
Absolutely.
We're from a place where, unfortunately, de-escalation is not null and void. It don't just happen. So on that side, the police need to understand that the audience that they are performing their show on, you can't treat every audience the same. That's why when you go on tour, if you're an artist and you're going on tour, you're not presenting the same package in St. Louis versus the package that you present in Las Vegas.
You shouldn't.
The same package that you're doing down in Atlanta, right?
You shouldn't.
It's going to change up. So here we go. We're in this package here where you in a population, right, with people that, one, they are distressed, right, tired, sick and tired, frustrated, don't trust you. And then we don't see you doing the normal stuff that would kind of gain the trust, because if you're not around, walking the beat. And here we go. We can blame that on manpower because we don't control finances. That's a whole nother. I'm not getting into that. Right?
That has nothing.
But I'm gonna say this: being
that
a police
has nothing
officer,
to do. Manpower
True.
has
Okay.
nothing to do with one's personal
Right.
understanding of his fucking job.
True. So,
Period.
and that's where we need to
Manpower
get that
don't
piece.
make you upset. Manpower don't make you nicer. You
Right.
feel me? Like manpower don't. That has more.
But
to
we
do.
know that. But we know that's cliche. Like, okay, when they have meetings, the town hall meetings, and it's always a topic of what can police do better in the communities, right? And a lot of things would be see more officers on the street. It's a cliche statement that people always thought there first. Well, if they're around, maybe all this stuff wouldn't go on. But the game evolved. We know that even when they're around,
Okay.
it's happening right in front of their face.
The community over the last 4 years has come together. The community over the last 5 years has taken the things that are valuable to us and held them accountable.
Right.
Meaning, we can help each other, bro. Police don't have to be called every time there's an argument, every time there's a fight, every time there's anything, right? Can we talk about that, right? When the police are called, it's usually something bad. You feel me? Like the community has come together to handle most police phone calls, most police interactions. You feel me?
So it's pretty much more reactive.
Yeah.
Instead of being
Proactive.
a more proactive approach,
Right.
which could definitely bridge the gap. And one of the aspects is civility. Here we go. When we walk in a room and you're in a room amongst the strangers, you always want to gravitate to the people that make you feel what?
Respect it.
And also,
Appreciate it.
and comfortable. And I'm going to say this. Do we feel that as a community, or do you feel that as a black man when you're having interactions with police, when you are the subject? That might be that might have
I'm different, Mar.
violated an infraction.
I'm different, Mar.
Got you.
I'm different.
And it's okay. You're different is that you're not going to take no.
I'm comfortable everywhere.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
There's never a place where I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like even in unknown territory.
Because you right. You're sure of yourself.
Like what's going to happen?
Now, can we say that the majority of people that are
No, they're
feeling
not.
that frustration?
No.
Now, could that be the reason why so many situations, for some reason or other, fall to the left and go all the way to the left when
Absolutely.
it should stay on track? And guess what? Here we go. We learned in school, Revolutionary Mindz, that when you do wrong, there are consequences.
There are consequences. Absolutely.
It's nothing new when you're an adult.
No.
Technically, here we go. School trains you up that when you get done being in school for your 12 years, Now you segueing and crossing over into adulthood. There's another teacher out there that's watching you. The principal is the law.
Right.
And unfortunately, here we go where things get convoluted. We know when we break the law, things are supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
But the one
Every
thing that,
action has a consequence.
But one thing that we will not tolerate is that you're going beyond that, beyond just doing your job. And when you're policing, part of police party, like we just said earlier, is not about being reactive. We can't keep on looking at it like every time we call police is because they got to go put out a fire.
See, what happened?
We should build, my point I'm trying to make is building those necessary relationships where you still making those calls, right? But then some of them calls going to be just, you know what I mean, there's something going on here, you know, bring the guy, get what I'm saying?
Let's say ultimate power corrupts absolutely.
Say again?
Ultimate power or power, period, corrupts absolutely.
Yes.
From the top
to the bottom.
To the bottom. Yes. You give somebody some power, you give somebody some power at lower positions, they get the corrupt.
They get the flexing their muscle.
And they get the flexing their muscle towards the people that are underneath of them, right? And then as you go up the chain, it does the same thing. Every form of policing in our community, from community policing to security guards, to prison guards, to probation officers, they all weigh on us.
Right. And why is that?
And they weigh on us because that's what they've been taught. That's how they see us.
So you're saying it's a training aspect.
It's complete.
So to a T.
Understanding.
And I'm just trying to peel this onion all the way back.
Go ahead.
Now you're giving me good clarification, especially to our evolutionary mind that's listening.
Right.
So you're saying that they're being trained to do these things, right?
No, they're not being trained how to talk to us.
They're diversity training.
They're being trained how to talk to people that look like them.
Right. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they're not being trained how to talk to us, how to talk to our women. You feel me? How to talk to our sons, how to talk to our daughters, how to talk to the men of this community. And when we don't train officers how to
the law of the language
engage us.
Yes.
Now that they're engaging us like they've been told that it's crazy going in there.
Condescending.
It's wild. It's crazy. You got to protect yourself. So if my goal is to make it home safely, I don't care how I treat you.
Right.
I'm worried about me.
So here we go. That fire already been that powder keg already been lit.
Right.
Before they left the academy.
Absolutely.
So the first piece would be, and they always have it because all organizations have some form of diversity training, but is it really effective?
It's not.
Is it? No, here you go. This is another cliche.
It is.
Just some window dressing to shut everybody up.
It is.
Here we go. Let's talk about a diversity training program. We want to create a simulated one right here on the air right now on CMP Radio with Revolutionary Mindz here. Me and my guy John P.
I'm talking about the 5 C's, man.
Right.
Diversity
My
training.
question to you
Go
is,
ahead.
we have to create our own template
for
what that looks like.
Right.
What's the ingredients that goes into that? Community. Okay.
Understanding your community.
So you got to understand your community for diversity training. That doesn't just mean, okay, we know that this population is, the majority is
sell drugs, this population lie, this population steal.
Understanding is beyond just that.
Everybody that's walking, everybody that's passed away, everybody deserves respect. Bro.
There you go. So diversity training is understanding community, leading with respect.
Right.
Because you can't get respect unless you give respect.
Right.
And because you're coming into our community to police us.
Absolutely.
Let's say we're going to say you're coming into our community because a lot of places now, in urban communities, is not the people from the community that are in these positions.
No, they're not.
So we can deduce and say, you're coming into our community. The first thing, if you want the respect, we need you to extend the olive branch to some degree. And say, here, we're showing you that we respect you even more because this is a privilege to kind of serve you.
Absolutely.
They're here to serve us. So that's ingredient number one going into the template of diversity training. Next would be, understanding the behaviors, the numerous behaviors that come from situations that escalate. Because Mike blows up doesn't mean Mike is going to get at you. He just have a very demonstrative way of expressing himself when being told something to do because he has a problem with authority. And most importantly, Mike, he does not trust the popos.
He don't trust the popos, and it's in his family not to trust the popos because his dad was beat up by the police. His grandfather was sprayed with a fire hydrant, and a dog attacked him.
Backdoor civil rights movement.
So the family has gone through a lot of traumas when it comes to police, right?
Right.
And so if we have a lot of traumas, we don't deal with them.
Not at all.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're giving, how you're helping. I'm not worried
I
about
care.
any of that.
They care.
Who?
I mean, hey, society care, obviously,
Seriously?
because they do so much of a.
Or what?
They peel back and they analyze, right? They always got something to say, right?
You can analyze something and not
technically,
care about it.
In my opinion, because they have a voice in it, that's sneaky caring.
That's not sneaky.
In a sense, I'm not giving them credit saying they care like the way you and I would care.
Right.
But they care because why would you speak on it? That's your platform.
If they cared, it would change.
Right. So we gave
So
them
if you
ingredient
care,
one.
you'll change.
Give them ingredient one,
You
right?
cheating on your wife.
Mhm.
If you cared about how she felt,
You're going to change.
you're going to change.
You're going to change
You're
your doggy
beating
dog
on
ways,
your
right.
wife.
Right.
Same thing. In this community, you're beating on this community. You're destroying the morale in this community.
Yes.
And then you get to walk away
Right.
and not really be here and leave all the upset dogs to each other.
Yes. And that's pretty much is what's happening.
So I compare it to a kennel, SPCA.
Mm-hmm.
If a dog trainer goes in there or the person that's working and they kicking all the cages, you feel me? The dog, and then all of a sudden that back door open up and the dogs can go outside. What the dogs gonna do when they go outside?
They gonna make everything. They gonna make everything.
And that's what
Matter
they
of
do
fact,
to us.
they chasing bees.
That's what
chasing
they do to
ants.
us.
Before we even get to the human, they on something.
Yeah, they mad. They're upset.
Sneaker.
So they treat us. They treat us like animals. They beat us like animals. They talk about us like animals. And then when we act like animals, they're surprised.
Well, yeah, they're surprised.
You
Are they
can't-
really surprised? Because
No, they are.
They're being trained.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, the news. Oh, look at Chester is so bad.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It
Like,
really
stop.
isn't.
There's a
It's
lot
not.
of positive things happening
It
in our
is.
community.
It
A lot
is.
of help is being given to the people in our community. But if you continue to see the bad, if you continue
You're
to
not
see
going to see the good.
then
And that's why we coming up with this blueprint,
Right.
John P.
Right.
Is trying to figure out what are some things that we actually could have a diversity training program in your community. Because maybe this could be a precedent that's being set.
Yeah.
That communities create their own diversity training course that they give to the station and say, look, this is from the community that you're about to police.
right.
Understand this. It's not the Holy Grail of the Bible where everything is going to be lock, step, and key, but it's saying, so you got to have some level of understanding. So we said respect. We said that first and foremost. Got to have some form of respect, obviously. Okay? And then understanding the behaviors. Because those things, like we already agreed that policing nowadays has become way more reactive than proactive. You know, good policing are very proactive to the tune that there's a lot of responses, they're not as heightened. Now, granted, if there's a shootout happening, you can't do nothing about that, right?
Can't do nothing about that.
But I'm talking about the stuff that could have been resolved before braces were slapped on a person. So now that we got the whole behavior and learning the language kind of say, just understanding that just because somebody might speak aggressively, doesn't always mean you got to go from 0 to 100
Right.
on your end. Because you still got to be an example.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go back to being in the classroom.
Right.
Teachers all day across the world are getting respected in every sense of the word. Now, granted, some do react, right? But overall, that is not the case. You got to eat that. We know that coming into teaching that, guess what? There's going to be some kids here that's going to really make you earn your check. As a matter of fact, there's going to be more of them that's going to make you earn your check than the ones that's going pretty much here to do their thing.
Absolutely.
We still got to stay in character, though.
Right.
You can't come off script. Now, granted, when you're dealing with the police, it's different because you're dealing with life, obviously, with police in the mindset, because you're dealing out here in the wild, which is the community you're in. It is a life and death situation when things can escalate to that point.
Doc, 12 o'clock.
But
12
my
o'clock.
thing I'm saying
Yeah.
is, it don't have to be a life and death situation if you know how to follow your own blueprint and keys to kind of keep a situation from escalating and spiraling out of control.
Right.
So we got those ingredients in place. And I guess one thing I want to add to that is just your presence.
Right.
And your presence, it got to be more than just responding to things.
Absolutely.
You know, look, I watched The Wire coming up, and that was one of the big issues. And Wire is an ultimate cult classic when it comes to understanding the urban lifestyle. And honestly, you can even put the Wire show and cut that up and turn it to training when you're policing in those type of communities, such as Kensington in a sense, or you know, in those areas that are highly in duress with the negativity. And I think it'll shed some good light when they're able to see and like, wow, this is what it's looking like. Because I feel like there's a conversation that's being had, but obviously both sides are still butting heads to the point that we're in the same conundrum where this is happening again and again and again and again and again. And from time to time, we are getting upset. We are responding, and unfortunately, when we respond and we react, well, unfortunately, they have a little bit more manpower in that moment, and these situations turn into somebody's demise, or somebody being hit or beaten up real bad, and all of a sudden now, this has turned into something way bigger than what it started out to be. My main thing, Revolutionary Minds out there, is I'm a parent. I want to know that as I'm moving on and my kids are growing up, that they are in a world where they feel safe. And I can be quite honest, I can't sugarcoat it on any level, especially being the color of the skin in a sense, to be honest. It's not safe. I mean, my last 2 kids, I got 3. I kind of cheered that I had girls because I just didn't want to bring another king into the world. As crazy as that may sound, yes, I cheer like that, man. Like, it's cold out here on both sides. And as a parent, there's only so much you can do because as you got to go to your job, so you hoping that when they in school, the school represent their piece, and then once they're out and they're out here, that policing. And you know that their kid's going to come home because you know that it's good policing.
It starts at home, though.
And it does start at home.
Like,
So
majority.
that's the part I wanted to get at because we always throw these things on. All right, the police can do so much. I'm not here at listen. I'm just going to do a control alt delete right now. If y'all thinking I'm not jumping sides on any level. I'm here to kind of put a message out there and kind of like see it from both sides. And because one entity is not here to defend their perspective on things, it's only fair that we do give it the proper respect, right? Because we always talk about that, about us
you
being
give what you get.
True.
So you can't be mad if your community right now is upset at the police department for the way we are handled and have been handled. I myself was beat up by the police for locked up for a bogus, no charges, nothing. They released me with no charges. When I went and hired a lawyer, then I had charges. You feel me? Like
they made it official.
They made it official, but they beat me for nothing. This is Officer Batnary and Officer Jackson beat me for nothing. I wasn't even a drug dealer at that time. I was working. I had retired early from that. You feel me? Right. Like, nah, I can work. I can maintain this. You feel me? I had 3 kids. You know, I had 2 at the time. I was good. You feel me? We had an apartment. We were working. We were doing things. When I got arrested, bro, I went back to selling drugs because I lost my job. Then guess what? 3 months later,
talk to me.
I'm locked up.
Oh my gosh.
2007, I'm going upstate because I got caught with 30 bags of cocaine. So now I'm done. Why did I do that? Because I needed money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, while I was looking for a job, I need to flip these couple checks.
You understand? So you can't be mad. I'm sure you wasn't mad if you got busted because
I wasn't.
You knew
I was wrong.
Right.
So when I sat in there with my glasses on, you feel me? I sat in that joint and it was like, yo, what's up? What's up? Man, I'm going upstate, bro. I ain't worried about this. You feel me? Like, I'm not. 1836, bail me out. Call home. Get me out. I come home. I get a job. I went to Sam & Sam's. Was working at Sam & Sam's. You feel me?
Right.
Then I got locked up again. This time I was driving with no license. So the cop saw me. He hit the car. Sergeant 6, he was out in media, right? Got rest in peace. He pulled me over for my DUI. That's what I was on probation for.
Okay.
Pulled me over for my DUI, but he saw me driving. He knew I ain't got no license. So when he pulled me over, he hit my car. You feel me? So that made me.
That triggers automatically. Yeah, right.
I done got beat up by the police. You're not about to whoop my ass out here.
Right.
I already know I'm wrong. I already know I'm you're gonna take the car.
So
everything.
you was already in defense mode before you can even get your feet on the ground.
Right.
There you go.
So I made it home. I had my wife's EBT card, her access card on her. I had it on me. I made it to the front door, knocking on the door. She came downstairs. I gave her the card, and then I got tased. You feel me? And I was locked up again. Right. So now my probation officer, who is the judge of Walden Davis, he said, no, you can't come home. You got a violation. Now, you let me come home on the 30 bags of cocaine.
All right.
How you doing? You let me come home on that. But now you're not going to let me come home for fleeing and eluding the police?
No.
All right. So I hired a lawyer to go in front of. So there's ways through the system.
Right.
You have to be patient.
You got to
right?
fight.
You got to get.
It's going to cost you.
You got to get my Gag 9 hearing.
Right.
You feel me? When I go in front of the Gag 9 hearing, I can tell the judge what happened.
So pretty much what you're saying to our listeners is that, look, at the end of the day, when you're running some situations where things can go left, you can fight back.
You need to fight back.
And there's ways to fight back versus,
yes.
here we go. So it's just going to social media and doing the
and
same.
complaining and fussing and screaming and hollering. Now, I do like social media, how social media, it could be used as a gathering place.
It is, right.
To
So
bring
people
like-minded
express.
people together
yes.
and express the things that we're dealing with, no problem. But when you get the ranting and raving and yelling and fussing and screaming, it's
And
like,
eventually
that's too much.
it turns into that over its course of time.
I was one of those people that was doing that.
Right.
You feel me? But now that I'm here and I'm with
And
the
now you-
therapy, you feel me? Like, I don't deal with that
A
no
good
more.
old
You feel
couch.
me? Yeah.
And some relaxing lo-fi music.
Lo-fi
always
music,
does the trick, right?
And some
Hey,
and some
hot
tea.
dog, man.
And some tea,
So,
man. And
There's
some tea.
nothing wrong with that. And I'm hearing even as you was telling your story, like across the board, your relationship with the law
Has never
made you become more disconnected and
No, I don't have a problem with the police.
No, I mean disconnected meaning like you also know you see the other side though. That's what I mean by being disconnected, meaning you know that you have experienced the other side. But you have lived to be able to talk about it, and you on your standing up firm, being able to talk about it. That's what I mean.
I used to work down at BNS, and that's where all the cops came to get their gasoline.
Right.
I was cool with them.
Okay.
Used to play with them. You feel me? Laugh at them. You feel me? Then when they noticed I was in the street, they would pull up, "Yo, P, what the fuck is you doing?"
Right.
Like seriously, I didn't have cops pull out. You feel me?
That's
Like,
the relationship.
and they was like, "Yo, what is you out here
And you
doing?"
on first name. That's not just because.
Let me pat you down. I ain't
not
never
because
keep
they
nothing
sticking
on me.
you out, right?
Right. Not because they was thinking. It was a time where I knew most of the cops that were patrolling the city.
And we don't have that.
We don't have that anymore.
And that's why I feel like we
Right.
need to start. And I don't know. Look, we don't know where the starting point. How we gonna get to that inflection point? Because right now it is looking very, very, very sus. Very sus to the point that only thing you can do is just continue to have hope, have faith that you in the community and the powers that be that's here to police it per se are actually doing their job. But we know that is tough. That's a very daunting task. Trying to put their lenses on and see from their perspective. Like you said, P, it's hard to do that when we have been wrong for so many things that, you know what? No, we've been wrong first. Y'all have to put our lenses on. Understand our plight. Feel our pain with some of the misgivings that you have failed us, where you're supposed to protect and serve.
People don't want to be held accountable, bro.
And accountability goes
And
a
then
long way.
they hide behind this blue line that they have, and I get it, right? It's protection. The FOP, I get it. I get the organization, but listen, you don't need protection if you're doing the right job.
You don't.
If you're doing what's right, bro, you don't need protection.
Could you imagine yourself being a police officer? How would you?
I would be in
On a
the community.
typical day, you wake up in the morning, you wipe the cold out your eye, brush your teeth, had your good breakfast, all beef, it's pork, bacon, turkey, bacon, no bacon, grass, whatever you do for the morning. Once you put on that uniform, you looking in that mirror, what are you saying to yourself? Knowing what you're facing, knowing what you're about to face when you go out that door.
What are you about to
knowing
face?
that there's a
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
just trying to wear their lenses. That's it.
I'm gonna wake up as a police officer. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
wake up. I'm gonna look in the mirror, and I say, I'm gonna give grace today. I'm gonna help somebody today.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna protect somebody today. I'm gonna guide somebody
You
today.
feel like you want to put your cape on, right?
I'm gonna put. That's what. See, I didn't force you to become a cop.
Right. Not at all.
Nobody forced you to become
And
a
it's
cop.
not. And here we go. It's not a sexy job at all.
It is not.
So if you want to be it,
Should it be a high-paying job?
Yes, it should be.
Absolutely. Should the Chester police, should they be getting paid a lot more money than they
you
are?
got doing right.
Absolutely. But
Yes.
guess what? We don't have no money because somebody set something up in the past.
But that's neither here nor there.
That's neither
Right,
here nor
right,
there. I'm
right,
not
right.
blaming anybody. I'm
Mhm.
not, and trust me, I'm not even blaming the
Right.
very recent.
You're speaking.
right,
You're just
I'm
speaking on facts.
I'm speaking on facts.
That's
right?
it.
So,
That's what we do in Revolutionary Minds.
because we didn't pay attention to the money, we now have no money to pay anybody, and we don't have no money for when they retire
Right.
to pay them either. So, but as a cop, as a police officer in the city of Chester, man,
Walk with me.
I'm going to inspire a child today. I'm
Right.
going to volunteer. Like we don't have PAL anymore. Where's PAL?
Police athletically because there's a disconnect.
So if we don't have PAL,
Nope.
then the police that are here don't feel a sense of doing anything for their community
Well,
or
here we-
helping out.
Yeah, and here you go. Some kids that sign that that be part of these outreach programs, how are they viewed when they coming back to their community? They get ostracized, and that's the hard part. See,
Who?
like PAL was a good thing. I played in PAL.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, you played in PAL.
Right.
PAL's a good thing. That stands for Police Athletic League.
Right.
Now we know back then the stigma wasn't as strong as it is now. It was there, but was nowhere near as strong as as it is now. Can we Can we agree on that? Or I'm in some fantasy world and you were saying it was just that strong. I'm not saying things wasn't happening.
What I'm saying, it was more black officers in the city of Chester. It was more black officers in our community. It was more black officers running PAL. It was more black officers that were related to people in the community that people knew. Right, we don't have that anymore. We probably got about 6 out of all the cops, and we got about 60 cops, right? And
what's the ratio?
I don't know. I really don't know because I don't want to go over there and do it.
I know. I'll say this: for every 3 is there 1? No.
No.
For every 5 is there 1?
No.
Every 10 is there 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. That's
right.
We'll
and so
automatically,
you feel me? You say, all right, the cops that have the most seniority are cops that I know.
Right.
You feel me? Right? Commissioner, captain, sergeants, majors. You feel me? I know them cops. You feel me? Not because it was 20 or 19 or 15 years ago. It's because they were in the community.
And they were around.
Or their children are in the community.
That's a big aspect.
Boy, it's a huge aspect.
And that's something that's missing. That's the void. That's a chasm that we are feeling right now in this space. I put a post up and said, Chester police officers need to live in the city of Chester for the first 5 years of their career. That's part of the job requirement.
That's a job. That should be.
And why wouldn't you want to? You understand the environment, right? If I'm in the jungle and I'm amongst lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, right?
I don't want to work in the jungle. Then don't live in the jungle.
If I live in the jungle, don't you understand the environment that you live in?
Understand it,
so you can thrive,
bro.
So you can survive,
bro.
So you can sustain,
bro.
These are things that, once again, and now we're using even more technical terms of good policing.
If you're wrong, you're wrong.
The community's supposed to thrive. There you go. It's supposed to thrive, meaning the morale supposed to be up. Because morale is up because everybody is feeling a sense of belonging.
Absolutely.
And there's a heightened sense of trust. It don't got to be full trust because nobody going to put their full investment trust in anybody. I get it. Only within your circle. But it is a high level of trust where, you know what, we'll give it a shot.
Yep.
We'll give it a shot.
Yep.
I'd rather take a person willing to give a shot than somebody to sit there and say it's futile, there's nothing we can do, it's a wrap. So, that we have people willing to give it a shot, you gotta take the shot.
Right.
If the community is saying they're willing to accept you, walk in the beat, and build a relationship, guess what, Evolutionary Minders? We gotta do that. We gotta do that tenfold. We gotta rock out. Because at the end of the day, if we don't, we want to keep on running to the same cycle, and then somebody's going to be up here talking about the same exact thing. Days later, months later, weeks later, but I'm going to say same thing, but now you're going to have victims attached to that. And that's something that we don't want to happen. We don't want no mom or dad or family member to have to be the example, or have to, I like to call it, be the martyr for why people come together, and now we want to get our act right. And that's another thing. Like I said, it's a two-way street. More pressure on them to kind of get acclimated with us. But on our end, it's certain things that we got to kind of let them know, here we go. We open the door to allow you to do these things. And I don't know what it's going to take, P, as far as the resistance, people giving up the resistance, because they do have a right when you have been through a whole lot. When you have been wrong for so many times, and the proof is right there in front of you. You know, not just within personal situations, but also with your friends. And they tell you their situations, what you see on the news, or even what they put on TV. I mean, look, you can't talk about it unless you live it. It's pretty much null and void at this point.
I mean, you know, I think it's a simple fix.
It is.
Other people might think it's not as simple, right?
I believe it.
But I do think we need a community investment into policing, right? We need the community to, I understand all these things that have happened in the past, and I get it. Everybody has an element of the streets in their family, right? Mm-hmm. It comes a time when you guys say, cuz I love you, but you wrong. You feel me? Like, bro, I love you.
What's the conversation that don't have that in there?
But you're wrong, right? And we need better policing.
Holding
so
you accountable.
Yes. Do we need to hold our leadership, our security accountable? Absolutely. But when we don't, when we fail as a community to hold these people accountable, we go on to different systems, and different systems take advantage of the fact, oh, you wasn't holding him accountable, so how the fuck you think you're going to come here and hold me accountable?
And way more confusing. Because you gotta understand, everybody that's hearing the message don't decode the message the same way.
No,
either.
they don't.
So we got all these different chefs in the pot, and nobody calling each other out, right? And different initiatives going on left and right. Because listen, we know everybody mean well. That's the ones that's trying. We know they mean well, but guess what? It's all over the place. It's not consistent. You know, you can't fix the whole problem in one walk.
No, you can't.
You gotta start with baby steps and stay there in the moment and emote in that space for a while, just so you can fully understand what that space there is all about. Then you move on. Once you know you have gotten enough of that support there, then you build up with that same group to the next step. And my thing is, it can't be a rat race. We gotta be. We here we go, Evolutionary Minders. We have to be patient in the sense that we have used the speed lane pass way too many times. Now is the time where, look, we gotta kind of vet everything out and just trust. I hate to say the phrase, but trust the process.
Yes, we do.
Once we have something implemented, though, key word, once there's something that's implemented, we jokingly made up a little template for diversity, but that's something serious I would enlighten y'all to do.
Beyond.
Create your own manual in your community.
Beyond.
Go walk it down to the police station and say, here, this is, give this to your captain. And if your lieutenants and everybody else is subordinate is not looking at it, give it to the man in charge so he can look at it. And there you go. We did our part.
No, you request. This is what we do, and this is what has already been
Go ahead,
done.
let's
I
I
want to give a major shout out to the people that showed up and
yeah. Shout out to all y'all Evolutionary Minds. We love you. We love you. All your support.
But more than that, I want to give a shout out to the people that showed up for Wednesday's
that meeting,
city council meeting. Right, Jameer, Roe, Keno, Andrew, Ms. Zuline, and other community members that held tight on their word of needing communication back from the police officers, from Chester Police, on how to be better at serving our community. How to be better at protecting our community, how to be better at uplifting our community.
Yes,
because
that's big.
If we need police officers in our city, then we need to show the children, number one, that they can be police officers, that it is a good career, that people retire. I was out the DA's office yesterday.
Okay.
And I looked on the wall. They got all these pictures. You feel me? I love pictures because pictures tell the story of a whole organization.
Why? How come? Listen, the synergy that you have for years and years of knowing each other, right? I'm just gonna say it's Evolutionary Minds. I already know what John P is going to drop. That's why I'm looking away because I already know he has dropped another.
And we're looking at the police officers that the Delaware County District Attorney's Office uses. There's no black people on that.
None. And that says a lot.
That says everything I need to know.
There you go.
Now these are CID. This is CID.
Yes.
Right. This is who does investigations. You understand what I'm saying? Like I see some Chester cops on there that I remember. You feel me?
Right.
Both from my younger days
to your more mature days,
to my more mature days, to my street running days.
Right.
You feel me? And to even me now saying, all right, I'm done. Hands up. I done had enough. Right. Only had to go upstate one time to realize this ain't what I want.
Right.
And if I don't want to come back up here, I gotta change.
You reform.
Nigga, I didn't need.
And that's you reformed yourself.
But before that state bid, I was done. See, what God did was, He gave me the job, certainty. And in that job, I had an opportunity to change my life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
To cut your own path, right.
My grandmother died while I was there.
Right.
You feel me? And I remember her telling, she said, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
Right.
Keep on going, right? I was always talking about a radio station.
Okay.
You feel me? Shout out to Bahir Gosa. Every time he'd see me, he's like, yo, you was talking about this, bro. You was talking about this then.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I was always talking about it. Things just got confusing.
That's it.
You feel me? Like, so when I went to jail, it was like, all right, yo, I'm done. But I was already done. But when I went, I was like, yo, I really can't do this shit no more. Like,
because you see the inner workings.
It's not working for me.
And it's a game that you're not going to win.
So I came home and I figured out another way to make money. You feel me? And I figured out another way to hustle. You feel me? And
Always.
I did that.
The hustle, you gonna always get to the money.
And then I said, all right, now I want to do this radio station. But that was after going to therapy and realizing that this was my purpose. This was what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be sitting here and putting a podcast together for other people to come up here and put a whole radio station together, a whole platform together for other people to come up here and talk about what they want to talk about. It wasn't just for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I realized that. I see that. I understood that, right? But when you have a dream, you feel me? You're supposed to let it out.
Yes, right.
I don't know how many dreams are over here at this police office. I don't know how many people want to go beyond just being a cop at Chester. You feel me?
But good policing falls in line with that if you want to ever move up.
Bro, and
common sense.
Just what happens in that building shouldn't just happen in that building. It should be in this community.
Okay.
You should be helping.
Yes.
Alerting, showing, giving, telling, and giving us information so we understand things better. Stop hiding behind that blue line, thinking you're not supposed to communicate, you're not supposed to tell us.
You're in the community, you got to communicate.
And you're upsetting the residents. And then when you upset the residents,
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
And
they gonna light the fire. They gonna put you trial by fire the minute you come into the community. So what make you think now you're a fixture here? That fire now has turned to a full-blown arson.
It's not just trouble for the police officers. It's also trouble for our community.
Right.
Because when we get to fighting, because we can't reach them, we fight the next person closest to us.
Right, and we already know
that's
about
what happens, bro.
Yes.
Like it's been broken down over time. Like if you can't get to the person that's pissing you off,
we're gonna get somebody close to you.
You're gonna get the person closest to us. And you and me are close. Like we're in close vicinity.
Yeah.
So it's only right.
It's easy that I'm gonna be at you.
Right.
Easy. And this is why we got to educate.
Don't nobody care about me. Ain't nobody worried about my block. Ain't nobody worried about the lights on my block. Ain't nobody worried about the fact that I wake up in the morning and I be hungry. Ain't nobody worried about the fact that I send my kids to school and they be hungry. Ain't nobody worried about the fact
that goes with the sensitivity and diversity.
That I can't get a job. Ain't nobody worried about the fact that my life is
up frustrated.
Ain't nobody worried about the fact that I'm on child support. Ain't nobody worried about. So
it's a lot.
So when you get to being frustrated, you get to running in the
and then you got the serve and protect that's not doing their part. They hear
because they dealing with it too.
Yes,
they probably on child support and they got the crazy baby mom
also
or crazy
trying to meet quotas and numbers. And
crazy wife.
Stuff.
You feel me? They deal with it too. You feel me? So it gets hard. So if we're not having conversations as a community, and the community involves the police officers, and the police officers feel like they're from a different community, and we feel like we're from this community, and we're.
Nah, we can't be beating our chest like King Kong. We passed that now. We got it. Look, what happened when King Kong beat his chest on Empire State Building?
Bro, he fell.
He fell. You ain't gonna be up there so long pounding your chest.
Bro, that's it.
So at some point, society gets very crafty. They didn't go, even if you're a giant, they get that giant off that building.
Bro.
Might take some time.
It might take some time, bro.
But that giant gonna come down.
Yeah,
matter of fact, the more that giant be stubborn, the harder the thud gonna be when he drops.
You gonna fall. But I just want our community to come together. I just want our community to talk.
Let's do it.
Our community is involved in these police officers. Our community is more involved with our children. You feel me? So I need the police officers to come out. I don't care if you're volunteering at Biddy. I don't care if you're volunteering.
Start making your presence be known. Even if you ain't walking the beat, just being part of the community.
So what we have, right? We have football.
Yep.
We have basketball.
Basketball. They get right.
If we don't have a soccer, create a soccer. I'm sure we do. Tripoli Foundation, I'm sure.
We do.
Right,
we
have volunteer opportunities.
Yes.
You feel me? We have baseball.
Yes.
You feel me? And pretty soon, hopefully, we'll have a volleyball court down at a sand volleyball court down at
the waterfront.
No, not the waterfront, but over here on 7th Street at the basketball court.
I got you.
You feel me?
7th Street basketball court.
We will have all these things.
These resources that's out here.
I need for the police officers. You feel me? And the police
it's a challenge
to volunteer time to help.
That's all we want. Don't cost no money. Just be there.
Come out and help.
And chill. Hey, how about this? Come in and have a smile on your face and just get to know the community that you are serving.
Get your own basketball team for Biddy.
They will look at you in a different light.
I'll
start
sponsor
getting people
the team.
Talking to you. They'll even walk up to you eventually because they see you there all the time because there used to be a time we had that.
Give me a coach.
Yes.
Right? The whole staff is from the police department. They're volunteering with the children. They're helping the children. They're taking.
There you go. We're gonna do it live on air. We're gonna just create a program where we're gonna hold them accountable. And P, you going with this? That's all we got to do.
I don't need to be in charge of the program. I don't need to be anywhere near the
that's all we got to
program.
do. I'm speaking to it. That's all we got to do. Not we like me and you, but
I'm
as
speaking from the things that are happening in other people's community, bro.
What you see has been successful, and that's why they're not going through the same nonsense.
I'm speaking for the things that used to happen in our community, bro.
Now I'm gonna say this is why we can't be ignorant either. This is why we got to be able to, when we're hearing messaging, to use it as a tool, as a resourceful weapon versus as a weapon of destruction.
You got
Right.
60 police officers, and you only got 2 cops on during the day. That tells me that it's going to be 3 or 4 cops on. But how you got 60 cops that work for you? I don't understand. And you
So
only
pretty
got,
much they're going to say when the lights are out, the kids come out and play, so go ahead, we're going to flood the streets. And, hey, that's an initiative that, has it worked? I mean, if you look at numbers, I don't know how numbers look.
numbers come from the community, bro.
Right.
Numbers don't come from no
machine.
group. Numbers didn't
Right.
come from me.
Right.
Numbers didn't come from me. Numbers don't come from Corey Long. Numbers don't come from the police office. Numbers
Right.
don't come from the DA's office.
Right,
Numbers
right,
don't come from the police station. Numbers come from the community.
from
The
the
community began to love itself. The community began to give to
And
itself.
they keeping track of things.
And the community is holding each other accountable. Yo, bro, why you picking up that gun? Yo, bro, put that gun down. Yo, bro, why you got beef? Yo, bro, what's the issue? You understand what I'm saying? Because we're asking questions
Right.
now.
Yes. and
We're
gotta
asking
continue to do
and
that.
we're receiving answers.
Yes.
Yo, this person did this. All right, can we work it out?
It was a point in
feel
time
me?
we wasn't getting that.
What would you take other than you shooting him, killing him, and going to jail and giving your life up? What would it take for y'all to have a peaceful situation right
or
now?
is it even that deep?
Do you need therapy? Chester Community
Right.
Coalition. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
these are the things that we need in our community.
Yes.
You feel me? To help our
And that's a
community
real
grow.
Because guess what? A lot of times just being able to air out, it helps a whole lot.
Bro, I'm on
Because
fire.
you are our own worst enemy when you living in your own head, making your own decisions just in your own head when your mind is in disarray.
Right.
Or when you're disillusioned because you are right now charged up emotionally and you can't think with a rational state of mind and do things responsibly or maturely. Yes, at some point, you're going to make the kind of mistake that's going to come back to bite you.
Absolutely.
You're going to make the kind of mistake that is going to be polarized.
Boy.
And you know what? It's going to bring out the ugly on the other side. And unfortunately, when that happened, despite the backstory of frustration and money and life and whatever other curveball that don't go your way that got thrown your way on that particular day, these things still going to persist. And the only thing we can do as responsible individuals, here we go, hold yourself accountable and you do the right thing.
That's it.
That's the starting point.
That's
you
it.
hold yourself accountable, you do the right thing. And then if you have kids that are essential to you, guess what? You train them up to understand when you're out here, 'cause I tell this to my son all the time, once you go out that door, man, I can't protect you.
Right.
You need to make sound decisions because even the people that might be protecting you, it could go all the way left.
It could go all the
So
way.
I need you to always have your head on a swivel,
Uh,
always been alert and aware of what's going on, read the room.
and be able to leave.
And know when to leave.
I don't care who you with.
Case in point, when you go out and you want to go drink, my son's 24, you know, you go have
Right.
a little drink with his
Right.
crews and whatnot. I always say, look, especially you go out, you ain't going out at no 4 in the afternoon. You going out 8, 9 o'clock.
Right. Be mindful.
If you're drinking, son, this is what I want you to do. Stay where you at. Sleep it off. Because you're out home by yourself. You're not carpooling.
You know,
So sleep it off.
bro.
And then we wake up like at a reasonable time, like maybe like 5 in the morning. Don't send a text saying I'm going to sleep, and then I'm gonna leave when I wake up. We good.
Right.
You don't have to come back home
No.
to prove a point. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you what you might run into.
Uh.
A DUI that even if you're not drunk, you don't want to be in a situation at night, you're by yourself and you're unprotected. See, this is the things that I have done in my household, right?
I tell my son that
to
now.
school my son up because I
And he-
know that down. It's nothing. As a matter of fact, once I did got pulled over for simple traffic stop.
Right.
He called me.
Right.
Fuck up, excuse my name, but what I'm supposed to do?
Right. I can't do
That's
that.
what I said. So what I'm do, bleep, what I'm do, son.
Right.
Guess what?
You got your license?
You got your license, right?
Everything
Insurance in the
right?
car, right?
What you
Yes.
do, right?
All right, so
then you
what you
good.
gonna do? You gonna run everything on? I
Right.
said, do you got anything out there that I don't know about?
No.
Like that.
All right.
You got nothing to worry
You
about.
good.
Then. Then you gonna give you a ticket.
Right.
And if you feel like that you was right,
Right.
you can go ahead and fight it.
Right.
But trust me, I'm telling you this now, it's gonna cost you more to fight it. You can get a payment plan.
Not really. Not the
Not
way
with-
they, not the way they break down court now. Have you been, when was the last time you been to court for
It's been a minute.
Bro,
Right.
they
Okay.
bring you in
broke
there.
it.
Listen, any
broke
charge
it.
they drop it.
They
They
broke
drop
it
they
in-
drop
they broke
most
it
of
in that.
they
There
drop
you
most
go.
of the charges.
Okay,
Unless
I
you
love
really
it.
want to fight
I love it.
everything,
Okay.
they drop most of the charges. Like,
Right. Just show up. You gotta show up.
Right, just show
So
up.
like I said, but the point I'm trying to make is
I done got a joint where I ain't have insurance on the car, bro. You feel me? Like, and I get pulled over down Delaware, and then I go in the court, and he's like, "Yeah, he just want to hit you with my license was expired. He just
Right.
want to hit you with that."
See, that's what I'm saying. So
I said, "I done paid and got insurance. I done made up this fake insurance paperwork.
yeah, 'cause
I done
see,
done all this."
once again,
You don't even
educating
need it.
yourself
Yeah,
by going that next step
yeah.
instead of being reactive. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a reactive thing. Once
Yeah.
again, and like I said, we talk about policing, but this all ties in with the main theme of just being responsible as a mature human being, the things that we do.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, okay, people don't want to pay bills, no stuff out here. So even when you're getting pulled over by cops in those situations, there are other avenues. You're not going to pay all that in the beginning.
No, you're not.
You can fight it, and you might mess around and walk, because the cop might not even show up. Because
Might not even
it's a
show
petty
up,
thing.
bro. It's a petty thing, bro.
There you go. But the moral to the story is, Evolutionary Minders, we are on the precipice of trying to just make awareness, drive it up even more than it has already been out there. But we don't want to attach the awareness with names, right? Meaning we don't want to bring the awareness because it's in memorandum of an incident where an adolescent life was taken, or an adult life was taken, or innocent mindset life was taken, whatever the case may be. We just try and raise awareness because we live in this community. Other communities are feeling this same struggle, and at some point, we gotta come to a common ground. And right now, that's not happening, and you feel the pain. You can see the distress. You can see when the cop come on the beat and respond to a call, and already, they're here to serve and protect. That they already, the trust from the community is looking way different. There's no cohesiveness where you feel like, okay, here they come, they're going to fix this up. There's a level of apprehension and I'm not sure. So we need to stop that narrative, and we got to start somewhere. But the onus is on, I feel like the police, P feel like the police, we as a community feel like the police can take that first olive branch because they're here to serve us. So show us. You don't gotta be subservient to us, but you are here to serve us.
No, sometimes, the aggressor has to apologize first.
Okay. In which form? Talk to me.
And it doesn't have to be the whole police station. It doesn't have to be every officer. It would be nice if every officer showed up and they did a video and they apologized to the community. You feel me? And promised to do something better.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. To give themselves, because that's what they're doing. When you become a police officer, you're offering to give your life for your community.
That's it. You often give up yourself.
That's your. I kind of think that's your fucking job.
It's almost like you're a Secret Service agent for the president, but you're for the whole community. You're gonna step in front of that bullet for whoever you serve and protect.
Right.
But that's not happening.
But when you abuse those powers, bro, to a community that already doesn't really understand what those powers are or how those powers are perceived, when you abuse your powers and you neglect the responsibility to serve your community and protect your community, and you be the thing that we need protection from,
right? That's a problem.
It's a problem. It becomes a problem.
That's beyond a problem.
Then I got to go out to Delaware County and talk to the DA about the police in there that's doing this.
They supporting them.
And they supporting the police.
So now you see the cycle, right?
So it doesn't work.
And it goes all the way up until they sentence you behind.
So we need a separate counsel. If we're talking about problems, right? How to solve it. We need a separate counsel.
Like a liaison to go to them and
No, that has the power, you feel me, to hold the police department, right, accountable.
Okay.
Right? So I don't care if it's a mayor and 10 other people from 10 other people throughout the city. We got 12 wards in the city. All right, so we need 12 members, you feel me? And along with the mayor who's in charge of the police department, all right, we meet and we talk about when the people have a problem, they bring the problem here. This is a non-paying situation.
Here we go. We are your extra eyes and ears on the street.
This is a non-paying situation.
Right.
All 12 members can be deputized.
That's it.
Meaning they cannot arrest anybody, but they can make decisions based on what the hell's happening in the police department.
Giving block captains some more power.
Ward leaders.
Ward leaders more power.
It's the fuck we need. You understand what I'm saying? Again, the communication level breaks down when it comes from community to the people in charge.
Right.
So let's restructure that and get
that
working accordingly.
We got to fix that hierarchy.
So how do you get ward leaders? Now you're the politician. You know about that. We're gonna talk about that next Saturday.
Yes, we are.
Well, how do we get ward leaders? Because that's what we need. I think we need at least 3 each ward.
Yep.
Right. And then they meet. Like this is what we need. We need our.
Don't give it to them. Hold it. Save it. Don't give it to them. We won't say that because that's. We want to save all that good. Good energy. Another template.
Again. Mm-hmm. If I was a drug dealer.
Right. Hey, man, sell me a time, man. Sell me 20, man. Go ahead. Sell me 20, man.
How can I hold a non-drug dealer accountable? I can't.
Ooh, you can't. You really can't.
So if I'm wrong, how can I hold anybody accountable? I can't. So community, we need to come together, right? I know y'all hearing me ask. I've been asking for this for 8 years. Like all these things that's happening right now, I've been asking for unity. Unity makes strength, man. We need us. All this stuff that I'm posting because I've realized We can't stop anything from happening if we continue to be in separate fucking rooms.
Right.
If we continue to look at, oh, I got this, oh, you got that, or you. No, we shouldn't even be living like that.
If we're on the same planet, we breathe in the same air, so we can't act like we're in separate universes because we're not.
November 1st.
There goes the time.
We're gonna have people that's gonna be hungry, bro.
It's gonna be a time.
Like that's the beginning.
That's the beginning.
And as you can see, I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're Democrat, man. Michael Jackson said it best. They don't give a damn about us.
Well,
they don't give a fuck about our children. They only worried about them. They've all been bought. Well, they've all been bought and paid for, bro, by big corporations.
Well, how do we offset that? That's where we got to continue.
Unity, bro.
Can't give up hope.
Unity, bro.
So good, brother. We can't give up hope. We got to continue to push that narrative that, you know what, the resistance is what it is. You know, you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, right? You got to stand for something. And, you know, you don't have to be a parent to stand for stuff like this. Like, you live in any community where people that's here to pose help you out and support you are being more a harm to you than anything else, then that's a problem. When they're being a detriment to your well-being, to your mental makeup, the adding PTSD to your livelihood, because a lot of people already got things that's triggers already in life, right? The normal stuff, and now we got PTSD because when we go outside, we got to worry about this other entity, this other aspect. Damn, I just want to make it home. I'm going to say it again. Man, I just want to make it home. With that being said, though, Evolutionary Minders, we touched on the topic of policing. What is good policing?
Yeah.
We gave you some nice little tidbits in regards to that.
Yeah.
This is going to continue next week and segue right into the other piece about what P shared with you. But we're going to save that little cliffhanger for next Saturday.
Absolutely. But we got to, listen, man, we got a trunk or treat coming up, man. Listen, man, come out October 31st, 5 to 8 p.m. Chester City Hall, man. Come out. You want to volunteer, stop through.
Yes.
You want to come out, you got some
for
candy.
All the children, for all the awesome children.
All the children, man, come through. We need it. You feel me? Like, it's not. Like,
I love seeing smiley faces.
So the reason behind this is the children should be the main thing we're worried about.
They always.
Now,
always we lead with that.
Y'all always hear me. You feel me? I love Whitney Houston. I love her song, but
our children are the future.
I believe our children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
But they going
show them all the beauty they possess inside.
But have a sense of pride.
Give them a sense of pride. Make it easier. Make the children laugh.
Yes.
And find out just how great it could be. Yeah. I get it. You're busy. I get it. You got to work. I get it. You have children. I get it. You really didn't want. Listen, look. You really didn't want. I'm keeping it funky. You really didn't want your kids. You really don't care. Like, and you ain't doing what you should be. Look, let your children come to the Boys and Girls Club. $50 for the whole year. Now I know during the summertime it gets a little bit more expensive, but the Boys and Girls Club has an awesome program. Let your kids come here and let
$50 a year for
$50 a whole year for them to come in here after school. You feel me? And hang out and play basketball and get homework help, right? Tutor. Whatever's happening. The Boys and Girls Club used to be a big thing. That was because we used to have a pool. We don't have a pool anymore. We need a pool. So, you know, that's the next thing. Listen, that's the next thing I'm trying to do.
Well, let's focus on one thing first.
I'm focusing on everything.
Right. We got to get the policing right. So let's get that right first. Then we're going to move to our next thing and call it a day. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to rock out like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's so many things that we can do to help out the community.
Absolutely.
But let's take one thing at a time so it can get the proper attention.
But we have people in line to do these things. I don't need to do everything. I'm just giving up all the ideas. But right now, today, we are down here at the Boys and Girls Club in Chester, Pennsylvania for the Lead-Free Community Expo, man. They got food. They got music. They got games. They got vendors. They got giveaways. And they got a kids zone, man. Bring your kids down here. Get down here. It's from 11 to 2. So you got 2 hours left. Get down here, man. Come out here and see the different vendors, the different people that are here. I'm about to go get Dr. Kristen Motley so she can come out here, bring her to me, Mom. Thank you, Mom. And she's going to talk about everything that she's doing out here, man. Again, this was Revolutionary Mindz podcast. Marv, you going to stick around with me or you out of here?
For a hot second.
All right. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Got a lot of things on my agenda.
I know. I appreciate you. Trust
Always,
me.
man. Love it. I love it. Love the message that we putting out there, good brother.
You feel me?
And we want to continue to put out there.
Yeah, that's it,
good brother
man.
Marv, you already know, folks. I just want you to tune in and continue to do what you do. Peace.
Yo. Yeah, so look. this situation,
Mhm.
I'm still alive. But we're waiting for Dr. Krista Motley to stop through, man. We're going to talk more about this lead-free community expo, right? How important it is to understand, what's happening in your community and how your community is affected by lead, right? They have somebody here from the University of Pennsylvania and wants to test, the different spices that you have in your cabinet. I want to find out if you have any lead in that. Come on, Doc. Come on. Whoever you want to talk to. You want to talk to? Come on. We talking. Yep. Yeah, bring your stuff. Come on, let's talk. Talk to how many people you want.
How much time?
Doc, I can do this I'm here till 2, right?
I got like 5 minutes.
All right, you got 5 minutes.
I'm just wondering how much.
You know we're live right now, right? So
Oh, jeez.
have a seat. Have a seat. It's not on you. It's just recording our voices.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is. As soon as you get everybody here, we can talk about.
I mean, we can start talking.
We can start
then I can
talking?
bring Adrian in here.
All right. Well, Dr. Krista Motley, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I had a little date night last night. I was like, I got a big event tomorrow. Who I think I am, just going out on a date with my husband. But we had a good time.
Y'all had a good time?
Yeah.
Where y'all go?
We went to Bordea in
Ooh.
Wilmington.
Oh.
It's a little tapas spot.
Yeah. Okay.
It was nice. It was nice. It was fun.
Absolutely. So what is this? What are you doing down here at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, come on, Adrian. Come on over. We are just making sure that Chester knows that lead is still a problem. I know I thought that we were done talking about lead. I didn't know that it was still a thing. And about a few years ago, I was reading a book from the pediatrician that raised the alarm on lead in Flint, Michigan, and the crisis that happened there. I read her book, and I learned that lead is still an issue all over the country.
Yeah,
I
everywhere.
hadn't heard anybody talk about lead for almost 10 years, so I thought we were done.
No.
I did not know. So when I realized that, and I knew that this position was potentially coming up for me, I was like, if I get this role as health commissioner, I'm hitting up lead. I'm hitting up the environment
What do
because
you mean if you get the role?
I mean, I didn't know.
Who else was
I
qualified?
don't make the
Who else
decisions
was
around here.
qualified?
I don't know who
Yeah, I
else
don't-
was
I don't
on the
know.
list.
I don't see nobody's,
I don't know.
Anyway.
So I knew that if I got the role, I was going to be taking up the environmental issues, and lead was going to be a big part of that.
Absolutely.
Because when you look at the problems that lead causes, it's telling the story of Chester.
It is.
It's telling the story.
Right.
So I was very focused and determined to do something about that.
Okay.
So that's why we're here today.
Yeah. So what all do we have inside? Who's inside? I know you got a plethora of
Oh
people.
Lord, I should have bought my notes.
You should have brought your notes, right? Right. But who do you have sitting right now next to you?
Yeah,
let's
this is
focus on
Adrian
that.
Wood with seats, and I know I don't know the acronyms, but she does a lot of the environmental health work
Okay.
at the University of Pennsylvania.
All right.
CHOP. I don't
Get
know.
up, get up closer to the microphone. Get up closer to the microphone.
Yeah, so I'm with the University of Pennsylvania Center of Excellence in Environmental Toxicology. So we just call it CEAT since the name is scary long.
That's a lot.
But yeah, so we do a lot of work around a variety of environmental health problems, and we do a lot of stuff around lead. And so, but mainly what we're focused on is, lead in the home, lead in paint, lead in soil.
Okay.
But lead is also in a really wide variety of products,
Right.
things you can buy in the store,
Absolutely.
things that you get overseas,
Right.
things that you get in thrift stores. So
Okay.
one thing that I love to do is I love to shop at thrift stores.
Mm.
And I love to buy mugs, and
right.
fun just things that you can find.
Right.
And I actually brought all of my mugs in today
Right.
to have them tested for
Tested.
lead.
Right.
They all had lead in them.
Oh.
This one, they were like, you need to throw this out immediately.
Right.
This is like crazy toxic. And I
Wow.
drink out of this all
Every
the
time.
time.
Where was
Ooh.
this
And
made?
it's 1989. It's not
Yep.
even that old.
Oh,
No.
snap.
No.
It's not even that old. So what it is, it's the
Wow.
paint
Yep.
and it's also the glaze.
Yep.
So it's not even just the outside. It's because they tested the inside of the
Right.
mug,
Oh wow.
and it's the inside.
It's
of
the
mug.
inside.
So things that you buy, if you're traveling and you buy pottery,
Right.
things like that can have lead in them, and it's just
Don't even know.
it's scary to think of all these different things, but even if it's just kind of small exposures, they all kind of come together it can create kind of an exposure. So I actually am utilizing all the resources here. I got my lead tested
Right.
Oh,
inside.
yes, Adrian.
I got my lead tested
Good.
inside for free, so go check them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do
and
that.
it was low, so
Right.
that was good.
That's
so
good.
So what is low? What is considered low?
Wait a
What's
minute.
high?
Wait a
Doc?
minute. Before we do that, because I was really devastated when the environmental scientists found out today that her mugs that she's drinking from every day have lead in
Yeah.
it. I
Right.
was like, oh, we got to
All
get
these
you on camera to
cute
tell the
little
story.
Right,
mugs
right,
all
right,
have
right.
lead in
So
them.
yeah, I need y'all to grab a box and fill up your box with
And
your
bring it down
mugs
here.
and the bowls and the jewelry and what
Yeah.
else we got to bring
and
down.
really anything that you use
Painted.
to serve your children
Right.
specifically. So if you use that bowl to, serve them their meals every day, something they drink out of every day, if a child was to be drinking out of these, maybe their level would be high.
Yeah.
But since I'm, a grown adult, it's not going to be as high. But yeah, mainly things that your children may be coming in
That's
contact with
crazy.
specifically.
I use plastic. I'm trying. I'm everything.
Use
I
plastic.
Well,
yeah.
we won't get
My
into the
bowls are plastic.
No, that's a whole nother
That's
issue.
then
That's a whole nother-
carcinogens and everything else. Like when you
Yeah.
think about everything that we used back in the day and how people are coming up while cancer is so rampant
Yeah.
through our community, you're like, damn, man, we was really poisoning ourselves by
Yeah.
doing this, right? So what are the things that can happen to you if you have high lead? Like what
So what we know, and it's especially a problem in younger children because their brains are still developing, and
Right.
lead is a neurotoxin. It literally destroys your brain cells.
Come
It
on.
destroys your brain cells, and so because of that, it causes children to have trouble learning, to have trouble speaking, to have trouble paying attention in class, and being able to focus.
Right.
It increases their risk for autism,
Ooh.
for the ADHD.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of these
What else we
things
got?
that you won't necessarily look at someone and say, oh, that's lead poisoning. You might just think, oh, they're just a little behind in school. They're not, they're just not good at paying attention in class. But it really could be that it's part of the problem is the lead exposure. So, and it takes a while kind of for these low exposures. They kind of accumulate over time, and so these effects that we see in like a child's health will take kind of a while to set on.
That's crazy.
It is.
That
It is crazy. And the crazy thing about lead is that it doesn't leave your body.
No, it
so
doesn't.
it stays in your body and it moves into your bones. And so what happens when you become an adult is you'll have a higher risk for high blood pressure, heart disease,
I'm going in there to get lead tested.
Alzheimer's, like all the things, because it stays in your body and it doesn't leave. And so we really need to make sure we're getting our kids tested. The other thing that I actually learned recently, and it's just really devastating, is that a pregnant pregnant person could pass on her own lead exposure
To
through
her
her
baby.
breast milk.
Oh.
I didn't realize that. I knew it could cross the placenta to the baby while the baby is growing, but once the baby is born, it could pass through into the breast milk. And I am such a big advocate for breastfeeding, not buying formula. God knew what he was doing when he gave us breasts. We need to be feeding our children from our breasts unless you have complications or problems, but I'm really big on
Yeah.
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But they could pass it to that baby through breast milk. That's crazy.
Right.
And one other thing that lead causes is that it increases the risk of infant mortality. And in Chester, it is a huge problem. So the national rate is 5.6. So across the country, the rate is 5.6. In Philadelphia, the rate is 8.1.
Wow.
The infant mortality rate is 8.1. Can anybody guess what it is in Chester?
Man, 12 something.
12, higher.
Wow.
Higher?
Higher.
I knew in 84, we heard this yesterday, 94, it was 22%.
And we're back up there. That's where we are.
Wow.
We're at like 23.
Come on, Doc.
So it is devastating our community. And it's not just the lead. It's
Right.
the
It's
air.
everything.
It's a lot of
Right, right,
different
right,
things.
right.
But lead is one of the drivers
Right.
of the infant mortality rate that we see in Chester. And so the other thing is that when a person is pregnant,
Right.
they've been exposed to lead as a child, or they're currently exposed as an adult. But specifically as a child, the lead will leach out of their bones during the second trimester and cross the placenta, and then the child is now exposed to those lead levels, which causes problem in the development of the unborn child.
Right.
And that's what leads to the infant mortality. So we have to get our pregnant people tested. We have to get children tested. We have to do more to protect our community from lead, because everything that lead causes shows up in our community.
Everything. That's hard.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So today we're here at the Boys and Girls Club in Chester, Pennsylvania, man. Make sure you get down. We'll be here till 2:00, man. The Lead Free Community Expo. Come down here. Bring your bowls. Bring your cups. Come get them tested. Bring yourself. Come get it tested. Bring your children down here. We have a wide variety of things. We got popcorn. We got
Popcorns, cotton candy, kids games, DJ in there, free lead testing, breast exams.
Right.
We got
Blood
cleaning
pressure
kits.
screening.
People walk around with Swifters. Everybody got Swifters.
Oh, I ain't get that. I'm going.
You got to
in
go
there.
in and get your cleaning
Oh, all right,
kit.
I'm
We got to
gonna-
clean up the house.
Yeah.
This is another thing, real
Right.
quick.
Right. Go ahead, Doc.
The EPA recommends that people clean their homes regularly to get rid of the lead dust that causes the problem. And I
Right.
was like, why the EPA? Like, don't tell me to clean my house. You come and you take care of this lead issue because you caused it. Or you allowed it to happen longer than it needed to happen in this particular country. So I was offended that the EPA would even ask us to clean up our homes to get the lead out.
Right.
When I'm like, you need to clean it up. But what a mentor told me was that nobody is coming to save us.
Nobody.
Nobody coming to save us.
Nobody, Doc.
So you need to clean your house.
So if we not saving
because
ourselves,
ain't nobody coming to
lost.
do nothing for you.
we lost.
So I was like, you know what? That has been very clear. Ain't nobody coming to save us. So
Right.
now we giving out Swifters because we got to
Absolutely.
save ourselves.
Yes, we do.
So come and pick up y'all Swifters because we got to save ourselves.
I'm going inside. I need a Swifter. I need to clean up. Right.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, Doc. Well, I appreciate you, man. You know, I'm with you. Whatever you need from me,
Thank
please
you.
use the platform. You've never had a problem with using it. I appreciate you, man. I love you. And
Love you.
whatever we need to do, let's get it done.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Thanks.
C-City, man. Chester, Pennsylvania, man. Listen, man. It's important that you bring your stuff out. It's important that you get your stuff tested for lead. Bring your kids out. Bring your family out. Let's go, man. We're here till 2 p.m., man. Get down here and get tested, right? And they got some stuff to give away, right? I'm not giving away anything. You feel me? But I got a couple different people out here, man. Seeing people